What if a colleague called and said, "Bert, I'm stuck at home. How can I keep my practice going?" It might be a little late to call during the coronavirus crises to ask me that, but here are a few tips. I think you ought to be adept at using video. I think you ought to be able to Skype and FaceTime. I haven't tried this Zoom, but I understand it's the new neat thing. You have to have backup. You have to have unlimited data on your phone. You have to have a way to magnify that data, that is, enhance it with an antenna if you live in a rural setting. When you're at your home, you have to be able to answer emails or even watch continuing education videos. You need to be able to talk to your client by phone. So you need a backup. What's my backup? I have a Dell Latitude robust Microsoft laptop. I have a Surface Pro 3, a little longer in the tooth. It mirrors everything that my Dell can do with a little less, fewer features, but it's right there on my desk. That means I have about 5 screens. I can look over to my Surface Pro 3 and there's a portrait and a landscape screen. I can look at those screens. I can look at the portrait and landscape on my own computer. Those things are very helpful. I can put on my screen what I show to my client on the other side. Now that doesn't quite answer the question of working from home, but if you carry that thought and can show your client what is on your screen at your home office, and the client is down at the office in a secure situation with that client because you're having to self-quarantine, then with the help of your worthy assistant, that client will be able to see what's on your screen, or you'll be able to project it onto theirs, and that can be very helpful. Keeping your phone near and responding to your client's questions. Do I have to send my client to my child? His girlfriend works in a hospital. Do I have to let my child travel out of state because it's on dad's parenting plan and send the child into an urban area cross border? These are very, very tough answers. I'm not going to claim I know the answers, but if you've called your lawyer and your lawyer doesn't at least say you're going to go to jail if you do that, you've got some defense to the court that you consulted your lawyer and you made the best decision you could and that you put your child first. So there's a lot that you need to do. And on this subject of continuing ed, if you're a lawyer who is constantly learning how to keep yourself current on Excel or Word or Evernote or the document assembly program Pythagoras, you'll never be without things to do, because you can watch an hour on those things at home when you've got absolutely nothing else to do. You can also keep appointments. You can appear at a hearing via Skype for business, and the judge can see you and know that you are on the job. Psychologically, your client can tell that you are engaged. Our office is set up so far that we're able to lock our front door, but people can see in. We can hear them when they knock. We can put them in the front office. We can keep a barrier more than 6 feet away from them. We can control how many come in and go out, and that is working for us. Everybody's got to come up with their own solution. But if you don't have Wi-Fi and you can't have your iPad that does 80% of what your laptop will do, you're going to be hurting. And if your laptop breaks or runs out of steam and you've got an iPhone, great, but if you don't, you're screwed. And if your laptop decides to have the big blue screen just when it can't be there, and you've got your Surface Pro 3 to back it up, that's great. When your hard drive crashes and you have an external hard drive or a file server in the office that will let you do the same thing, or you've got your stuff in Dropbox or OneNote, or as I say, Evernote, you are always going to be able to do the job. The people want to come to the person that can always get the job done, or get it done more often than the other guy.